Hello and welcome to today's episode of Light Lunch, where I'm joined by two guys from NZIQS. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, Mike Evans, the CEO of NZIQS.
Wonderful. And
I'm
joining
Jooste. I'm a quantity surveying manager with Nyla Love, Dunedin, and vice and acting chair of the NZIQS Otago Committee.
Wonderful. Right, we're going to hear about some things keeping you guys awake at night. What about you?
To be honest, the things that keep me awake at night are more international than domestic, but probably the key thing that we're all concerned about is climate change. So I think every individual and every profession needs to think about what can we do to contribute in that. So for quantity surveyors, that's often around carbon cost accounting and our role on that. So we've been doing some advocacy work, working with brands in that space. So that's one key issue.
Mine's a bit closer to home. Is a personal industry related items. Is just around the well-being of my QS team. And we know that if we take care of the people will take care of the projects.
Makes sense, yeah.
Cool. And
number two?
Yeah, number two. Go on.
Well, the topic of the New Zealand's infrastructure deficit is obviously top of mind. A lot of talk about that. I've worked in different roles where I've been on the sharp end of that, like working for a city council.
Wow.
I think quantity surveyors again have a key role there in terms of managing the cost blowouts and projects. So again, we're sort of talking to government about the role of quantity surveyors in controlling costs and projects.
Yeah.
Again,
quite something to keep you awake at night. Yeah.
Yes. Mine again, bit personal. Is just how I could better represent NZIQS, and that's not to Mark's benefit here, but and then how we can better increase local NZIQS engagement.
Well, I hear you guys have an event coming up next week.
Yes, a legal breakfast. So looking forward to that. Thank you very much for mentioning that. Yes, and there's still some spots available. If anyone from NZIOB in Dunedin are keen to attend, please register.
Awesome. And that is through your website, isn't it?
Our website, correct.
Cool.
But it is free. It is free for NZIOB members.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, so my third thing was with the change in government, a lot of things, of course, have been turned off, a lot of things on hold, a lot of uncertainty.
Yes, it's quite serious,
and that is flowing through, of course, to the sector. Waiting to see what some of the things that have been turned off will be replaced with. So that's an issue.
A huge issue for us also.
Yes.
And what about for you?
My last one as a QS, I have to mention this one is just Excel spreadsheets and keeping up just with what changes or how we can streamline the many documents we are using and what other innovative or integrated solutions are out in the market.
Well, cool. I actually was looking at doing some Excel stuff for my CPD, so I might need to talk to you.
You might.
Yeah.
Do you use BIM much, Lou?
Yes. So we've got the ACC project, office project new build in Dunedin, and we're using BIM extensively down here. Nyla Love also, what's the right word? Push for BIM engagement on all of our projects as well, if we can get that. Otherwise, we push our teams to at least integrate that way as well.
Nice. We did a site visit with Nyla Love here to the Whakamaru City Mission, where they're using BIM right through with all the contractors and consultants, etc. And it was a really good tour, actually. Good to see it used in practice.
Yes, and extremely useful so far for the team on site.
Awesome. All right, something a little bit lighter. Let's hear about what you've been reading, listening, or watching.
Right. Well, I don't watch that much on TV, actually. I hardly seen it in the summer, but we did watch Ted Lasso. I'm sure many of you will have seen Ted Lasso. That was a lot of fun. I've been reading Sebastian Faulks, going through his his range of novels. I'm just about through them now. So he's a really good English novelist. Writes a lot about wars, but there we go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, and no podcast? You're not a podcaster?
Not really. No, I do listen to a lot of Spotify. I went to the national concert a couple of weekends ago, which was great.
So I think that was quite cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I've been busy for quite some time with Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules to Life, An Antidote to Chaos. It is taking me a bit longer than my wife would like. She's finished reading it, and I only regularly read while I'm traveling. Recently enjoyed watching Reacher, and currently just rewatching Criminal Minds or The Big Bang Theory, depending on my mood.
I see, you need something light sometimes, don't you?
Yes.
Just to switch off a little bit. All right, what is something that you are doing for your mental health, Mike?
For me, it's a lot about the outdoors. So I like to get out on the bike, get out hiking. I'm in training in theory to do the Kepler in about 3 weeks' time.
Oh, wow.
So that's the last of the great walks that my wife and I were trying to conquer.
So you've done all the other ones?
Done all the other ones, yeah.
Wow.
I think we might have left the hardest one to last. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed. Goes well.
You need, what kind of weather do you want for that?
Still, no wind, warm. Yeah.
Good time of year, I guess.
You never know.
What about you? What's something that you are doing for your mental health?
I'm up at 4 a.m. 4 weeks a day. 4 days a week. I beg your pardon. And to the gym, and then family time straight after work. So that's my mental health or reset.
Nice. All right, motto. What's something you live by?
A motto. One that I came up with years ago in terms of work was enjoy, learn, build relationships. So those are just a little
enjoy, learn, and build relationships.
Little mantra.
It's lovely. And for you?
Mine's manners maketh man. So maketh man. So manners cost nothing. They mean everything, and they can make your world a better place.
That's very, very good. I like that a lot. And what is your piece of advice for the next generation?
I often say to younger people joining teams that I'm in to back themselves to give their views. That's not necessarily a problem in some cases, but I think it's really important to encourage that because anybody with youth has a different perspective. Yes. And can bring a lot of value to a team in terms of new ideas, etc. So I always try to encourage people to back themselves to contribute. The flip side of that, of course, is listening to older heads and you know the benefit of some of that experience as well. But I think it is really important that young people actively contribute.
Yeah, nice. So joining things like NZIQS.
Nice segue.
And the NZIOB. And what about you? What's your advice for the next generation?
I think they need to be true to themselves, and then just make a concerted effort to surround themselves with positive people.
Absolutely. They speaking the same language, right? Now we do have a little bit of time, so I was wondering if you maybe wanted to talk to us a little bit more about the legal breakfast and what's happening for that, or any other events that are coming up in your region.
So the regional stuff, a couple of for NZIQS is site walks, and then trying to engage something different, just to speak to the without any offense, the older generation. Just site walks is one thing, but just to get some mental engagement through the CPD items. So nothing's on the books just yet. But the legal breakfast, definitely looking forward to that with Richard Johnston, who's a barrister with Left Bank Chambers, coming through from Christchurch. And just going to run through some current case law matters that he can discuss with us, and having a delicious breakfast and some networking at the same time.
I think that's key for me, that breakfast. Sounds good. And Mike, do you want to tell us some stuff coming up for NZIQS in general?
It's worth mentioning our conference because registrations have just gone up onto the website. Ooh. And it's going to be at Takina in Wellington here.
Oh, nice.
We've got some good speakers. Maraka Davies we've had previously. We've got Brad Olson, the economist, that many of you will be familiar with. It's going to be, the theme is Sea Change. So we're going to think about change in the profession and how we institute that. So yes, have a look online and get registered. Yeah, that's cool. A key thing coming up.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you everybody, and we will see you next time.